Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1990, PG, hour 33. How is this PG? They say so many things. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to give all the credit to New Line Cinema. By the way, I'm Dustin, joined by Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Director Steve Barron, who we just went through all of his movies, which were mostly music videos. Right, Kevin?
Those aren't movies.
I said which were mostly music videos. Written by Bobby Herbeck. He's got some credits. He has got some credits. Chips. Different Strokes. Wait, why does this guy have any of these credits? How does he have a Ninja Turtle credit? This doesn't make any fucking sense. Oh, that was acting. My bad. Well, I mean, he wrote Ninja Turtles, The Jeffersons. How did the guy who wrote one episode of The Jeffersons end up writing Ninja Turtles? This movie is a conundrum to me the more I get deep.
Dude, because no one wanted to do it, but everybody wanted to do something because they knew Ninja Turtles was a phenomenon. But after all these failures, like Masters of the Universe, people were just like, I don't really want to fuck with this. But we got to do something because this is a phenomenon. So they just grabbed whoever they could. Everyone's competent on this movie, but it wasn't like a who's who.
It's just...
And you didn't give a shit. You were a kid. You were just like, oh my God, finally more turtle stuff. Like,
listen,
children don't understand quality. They understand quantity. They just wanted more.
This made... No, that's not it. 240... No, that's not it either. How much did this make? What the fuck? Oh, 54 million. That's not great, is it, everybody?
No, it was a budget of $13.5 million.
Oh, no, that's real good, then.
Yeah, I mean, it's $13.5 million, which is shit. And it's like a shoestring budget. And it was $202 million at the box office. That's a blockbuster.
That's a block. That's getting you a Secret of the Ooze. So, I'm a big Ninja Turtle fan. I know Kevin's a big Ninja Turtle fan. He usually goes, I think, you usually say I'm the bigger fan, but I mean, I don't know at this point. I don't think it matters. But Kevin knows a lot of behind the scenes on this stuff, i.e. no one wanted to touch it. I have never once cared to know any of that. In fact, I kind of have always stayed away, to be quite honest, because I do like this movie. It's in this nice little bubble. Even watching it again, it's still kind of in this little bubble where I'm just like, I could, like, youthful eyes appreciate it and stuff. Is there stuff I'd fix? Fuck yes, there's a lot I would fix. But overall, when I watch this movie still, I enjoy it. And it's been maybe about like 10 years, I think. I think like when streaming took off, I watched it the first time it was like streaming somewhere. I was like, oh, Ninja Turtles, let's give that a go. Why do they do these horrible covers on this now? I don't understand. Just use the fucking one of them coming out of the sewer. That's the only one you need.
There's 4 of them. That's their little heads peeking out.
Yeah.
And they're lean, green, and on the big screen.
I had the sticker book that revealed stuff that was cut from the movie.
Oh.
It was released prior to the movie, and so even as a child, I was just like, where's this stuff? Why is this in my sticker book? Why'd I collect all the stickers and none of this is in this movie?
It's called show business, kid, not Fred business.
I didn't understand editing. So I was just like, oh, look at this sticker book. I wonder if I had that somewhere. Probably. But it's episode 100. What'd you expect us to cover?
Something
good. Like 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Kevin, out of the technically 6 Ninja Turtle movies, which one is your favorite, would you say?
I've only seen a few. I guess if there's 6, I've seen this one. I've seen The Secret of the Ooze, and I've seen the remake from Michael Bay, remake. Platinum Dunes. Yeah.
Platinum Dudes, yeah.
Oh, that'd have a better title.
Yeah, that's way better.
Yeah. To go back to your thought of this being in a bubble, I mean, you can go find YouTube channels that just kind of dissect this movie. I mean, which is fine. There's only a couple of like there's little flubs in here, and there's only the one weird flub from the Donatello mask, but that kind of just bothers me.
What's the Donatello mask?
Oh, where they do, he's like, oh, this is a Kodak moment. And his mask cocks back and his mouth opens up and you can see the actor's face inside his mask. It's fucking
Who's
weird.
looking at that?
Dude, you can't miss it. Like you literally,
I missed it.
It goes, his teeth, because his head cocks back a little too far. And the cameraman's like, I'm not breaking this shot for no man. Uh-oh, I see the man inside the suit.
We'll figure it out in post.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
I'm glad I've never seen it then, because it sounds horrible.
Yeah, I was like, those guys. Every time I watch this movie, I think I've seen it like 3 or 4 times.
That's it?
Yeah, over its lifespan. But it amazes me the work that those guys could do. I mean, the fighting scenes aren't very good, except for the one where they, the fight on the top of the building from the comic. They do that in the end of this. And I think that's the most choreographed one. But what these guys can do in these suits, and I know some of the parts of the suits are removed so they can do certain things, but it's incredible. I don't think everybody in those hands, hats off. Rats to you. Rats off to you. I'm just like, man, you guys are just, how? Like, how are you not just dead from like the heat and just fuck this and just walking off set? Just
yeah, right? I mean, that was one thing I noticed, because like,
it's incredible.
The fights are definitely paced a certain way to protect the scene as much as possible. It's kind of like, do a move, make a joke, do a move, make a joke type of thing. But even then, like that first fight on the roof with Raph, like, it starts off incredible, where you're just like, damn, that looks like an actual fucking turtle beating some people's ass, And it is surprising how good some of this actually still just like looks.
Just the mobility of, I think the mobility was always massively impressive to me. And yeah, the choreographed fight scenes, they're not good to great. I think the last one's respectable for, like I said, and it gets, for not being good, they're actually really good for the circumstances of the suits and the tight spaces and all the weird locations they chose to have the set pieces in for the fights. And I was like, man, you're not doing any of these. These guys are doing no favors. And yeah, I'll get into it later, but just tonally, what they chose to do with the overall presentation of the movie, while not confusing, because there's this dark, gritty, like Frank Miller-esque comic of them, and then there's this 1980s happy-go-lucky party, kids' birthday party turtles, and they try to mesh them together while knowing their audience. So when it comes to like the violence and the weapons, like, I think only Shredder gets cut in the arm lightly by one of his swords, and you never really see anything else. I know other countries have problem with the nunchucks and the word ninja in there. You can go whatever, but it's really, if you really, really, really pay attention to those fight scenes, this hokey music kicks on for the music bed. They're kind of just doing like it lends itself to like Three Stooges. They do a lot of Three Stooges mimicry when their hands and the noises they make, and the fights.
Yeah, Donatello's curly all day.
Yeah, and the fights really lend themselves into the same vein. They're not as hokey or just over the top, but I just have that vibe on it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the fights aren't good. I mean, I think they're good for what they are, though, Like, they're guys in rubber suits that can't see, doing the best they can, while someone else talks for them.
No, yeah, I totally get it. It's just like wrestling. You have to, like, one guy has to lead the fight while the other guy's like, dude, I'm super limited. So, like, for fight scenes, no, they're not great. But for what they did, I think they're incredible. Like, that's insane, just to have all these rubber dudes just bouncing around, swinging shit. One of them kind of hits you. You got to flip 5 ways to Sunday, and you're just like, what? But no, that aside, yeah, in this movie, there's little cool things I really like that they do. And then there's some things where I'm just like, You guys are like the worst ninjas just fucking ever.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like even the dumb teenager aspect of like you're all fired.
And
And
then
this
the Foot Clan ninjas are like too good sometimes.
I had
And
a
then they grow increasingly stupider as the movie goes on.
I had a all of them when they wore the mask, they all had Asian accents, but I just saw like 99% white kids
Yeah.
under there.
Well, it's
So I was
because
like,
they were Asian under there when the
is
mask went
he
on.
the only? I mean, ADR are not, but like, is he like the only one that gets to speak? I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes because that's gonna help me settle this.
Yeah.
I know we'll go when we get into it. There's just little things that made me scratch my head, going, what are you gonna do? It's a comic book movie. I don't. Who gives a fuck?
Well, let's get into it. There's a crime wave and possibly a heat wave sweeping New York. We got April O'Neil. She's up on the case. And she's narrating for us. She's like, shit's bad. It's getting real bad.
So bad they wanted me to wear a yellow jumper. I said, fuck no.
So
I'll wear a
fuck
yellow
no.
raincoat for 2 scenes.
For 2 scenes, and it'll be disappointing as fuck.
Those
Why
kids-
didn't she wear the jumper? Just go into that real quick. I could have
she hated it.
She hated it.
She was like, I'm not doing this fucking movie in this jumper. And they
She's
were
like, I will wear a mini skirt for 95% of this movie, but not a
and
yellow
heels
jumper.
in the farm.
And heels.
But
And
yeah, she was like, no, to eat a dick. And they were just like, oh, we just got to start this movie. We just got to start filming. Just fuck it.
He really would just appreciate you being in a fucking jumper.
So
That's why she wasn't in the second one, I believe, because of
she
the
just didn't
jumpsuit.
want to. Yeah, she is air quotes difficult to work with.
Yeah.
And
Which probably means some sexual harassment happened on the set, too.
which
So it's weird because you would have been in a full body jumpsuit.
yeah, with her Hogan's hanging out. Have you seen April, everyone?
Like, this woman was
April
not
O'Neil,
gonna
the
have that
cartoon,
same
not
problem.
April O'Neil,
Her
XXX.
Hogan's wore out. She was in a
Guys.
spaghetti string like tank top and a mini skirt the whole damn.
That's you or a Me Too nightmare. She was perfectly dressed fine. It was hot in the
I'm
farm.
just saying your argument of Hogan's out in a jumpsuit irrelevant to how she actually ended up dressed. Okay,
Well,
should have been in the
it's
yellow
not a-
jumpsuit at least once.
Yeah, they gave her the raincoat, and that's all she wanted to do.
That sucked.
So, but no, that's one of the topics, right? That I always I wrestle with in this movie. They choose the aesthetic of the comic book. It's like that city is dark as shit. Everything's super dark. I think all the city scenes outside are damn near filmed at night. Like I think maybe 2 are in the day. It's so dark, but then they try to take these components from the cartoon, with the colored headbands and trying to put her in that. She didn't have that slicker shit, right? She wasn't in the yellow in the comic, so they were like, do we make them all red? Nah, you're gonna scare the kids. They don't know what's going on. We'll make them the colors from the cartoon, and then we'll put the goofy music underneath when they fight, so it's kind of more lighthearted, but it's really dark all the time, and it's this literally.
I don't get a dark vibe from this movie. Never have, never will.
It's dark and grimy, though. I think the whole time.
I think that's just an experience of filming or wanting to just showcase that superheroes function at night. I never got it more of like a Frank Miller Sin City-esque thing or like even the original comic book type thing. I just feel like they were ninjas. Ninjas work at night. Like as a kid, that was all I knew about ninjas. I was like, ninjas work at night. And I think to me, I mean, this is me personally. This is how I always took it. It could just be 100% Kevin's way of like they pick and choose between the two, and it just kind of became this amalgamation that they made. But to me, I knew that ninjas worked at night. These were Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles worked at night. Cartoon, they were always at night. Okay,
this guy says night one more time. Turn this shit off. That's
the vibe I got. So I think to me, it seemed like they always just played up to that. Like, they just boil it down. Little kids know this. All right, we do this. That's it. Roll with it, till we get to the farm.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I think I disagree because the little kids don't know that. They know the 80s cartoon of it being bright and colorful. So that's why I feel.
Someone who has watched a lot of the 80s cartoon, almost every storyline is at night.
No, I mean, it's like the
Turning it
overall
off.
presentation and the aesthetic and stuff like that. That's why I think it's a mishmash of they cherry pick from both sides that kind of try to mash it together.
It very well could be, Kevin. I'm
And
not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying this is how
yeah,
I took it.
I think their personalities and stuff are mostly trying to be taken from the show with like the skateboarding and the
Eh,
corny one-liners and stuff like that.
it's very much an homage. I will say that too. But the
Yeah,
the personalities, I feel like have and always will be their own to this movie, with this exception of Raph. He's the only one that kind of just translates over, like no matter what, because he's just angry. Angry is angry. It's an easy translation. But Leo is completely different in this movie than anything else, and
yeah,
Mikey is probably the closest too, but just because it's like jokes. But these aren't even in jokes that he would typically crack on, like the cartoon or whatever. And the Donatello, even though I love Donatello, he's my favorite Ninja Turtle. The movie version is completely different than anything in the
yeah.
cartoons and comic books. So, but anyway, crime wave is sweeping New York, and we see the worst pickpocketer ever. Like, he lifts this man's trench
It
coat
worked,
well past his ass.
bro.
And
It
then
worked. If he got the wallet,
hey,
he's
I
not
know.
bad.
And then we see an elaborate handoff system for this wallet, so they can never, even though this man just had his jacket lifted up and didn't think twice, they were like, pass it around. We don't want him to find it. And then we meet Danny, our main character, because he's the first person we meet, Danny. And Danny goes to an alleyway at the very edge of the alleyway, and then a ninja comes over and takes the wallet from his hand, and no one sees the ninja because that's how fast he is. Even though it's the middle of the day, and he's at the end of the alley. So, Danny, our main character,
Yeah, that was supposed to show
catalyst of the entire
Yes.
movie.
That was supposed to show that this is how this crime empire works, and Danny's a part of it. You take these innocent children, these dudes with these little sock masks on their face.
Yeah. And then we go through and we see a back of a van emptied within seconds. I love this shot. Always have, always will. We see the van full. Camera pushes in on the guy signing for his package. We follow him back out to his van. Boom, empty van. Empty fucking van. These ninjas are quick.
They do this a couple of times.
Yeah, and then we see an old lady. I don't know what the fuck she's wearing. She's in her nightie with like a shawl wrapped around parts of her. And they steal her TV. She's just trying to watch TV on her patio on the fire escape. It's very small, cramped. And they steal her TV. And she says, "Oh, come on." That's it.
What would have
It's
really
80
made
yards
me
far.
laugh? I really want him to do it, but I know it just, we're trying to build up the bad guys here.
Yeah.
If she would have turned around and be like, "Oh, come on," and like her cat's gone, her teeth are missing, and like one slipper's gone, her TV's gone. I'm like, man, they really just
They really
robbed
took
the
it to this old woman.
robbed the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Oh, my pills. They know I'm gonna die, right? I need them.
pills and fucking running with the TV. They're just like, "Oh man, those are for blood pressure. You're hooked for life now, buddy. You can't ever quit those. You'll die."
They stole my stuff. Look it up.
They're like, we got plenty of snuff. And then we see him loading it into a truck. I think we meet Tatsu at this point too, who's 80 yard for some reason. They did not let the actor make his own grunt sounds. I've never understood that. It always perplexed me as a child seeing that in the credits. I was like, why did that guy
I think they
have
probably
a voice
went.
actor?
I assume they went back because I don't know much about him. I don't know if there was like a language thing or
Could have been, yeah.
I've
But
seen
all he
that
does
before.
is grunt though. He's like,
Yeah, he talks a lot to Shredder at midway through, but he talks to their backs are facing the camera, and you're supposed to see between them as they're kind of rounded, like orchestrating just logistics of freight. It's like,
yeah, they have a lot of phrases.
these guys should just open up like a moving truck company. They move shit real quick.
They
real
do.
swift.
They have a diaper service, Kevin. That's where they're loading it in, is diapers.
No, I mean like they should be like ninjas moving junk or something. You know, like just call them
Rock and roll ninja movers. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They just play Bruce
Real
Springsteen.
rockers and real ninjas moving your shit. Not very
Apparently.
carefully.
I just pay them in cigarettes.
Yeah, cigarettes and Mountain Dew. So, really, any PepsiCo product will probably suffice. And then I think we just like cut in on April. She's done for the day. She's gotta, head home. They're like, careful out there, April. The muggings are crazy. She's like, I'm just walking to, I assume, my car in the parking lot of the news channel. Nothing could happen. Surprise, we see a rat. I still don't understand this scene. I don't know if they were just like, ha ha ha, get it? Splinter later on. I don't know. Whatever. And then there is Sam Rockwell, a young looking Sam Rockwell, billed as head thug, appropriately billed. And he's like, you walked down the wrong way. And she's like, hey, I don't want no trouble. I mean, I know I'm reporting on you guys and all, but I got to go. And they're like, get her purse. I was just like, oh, yeah, they get her purse. Ninja Turtles show up. We don't get to see him, meet him, or nothing. They just knock out a light. Well, Raph throws his side poorly at a light.
He just, I dare even say throws. He like chucks.
Yeah, it's more of like a sideways throw, like a frisbee throw.
Weird.
I want to say it's very weird. It's not a great shot. I was watching with my family, and my wife laughed when she saw this, and I was like, I can't blame you. That was dumb looking.
They had one shot on that. They're like, listen, dude, just get the shot and just.
And then someone told them how much it cost to replace that light, and they were like, get the fuck out of here. Go, 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 go. Those are super expensive because they're so tall. So,
by the way, Dustin, Moon is one of my favorite movies. So shout out to Sam.
Okay, weird plug, but yeah, all right, Moon and Sam, yeah. I mean, if we're gonna do Sam Rockwell plug, I'm gonna say Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. That's one of my favorite Sam Rockwell movies. So there you go, directed by George Clooney. And yeah, so the Turtles, they beat their thugs' asses. The cops show up within 20 seconds. I mean, the fucking police in New York must have been bored that day.
Well, here's the thing: for just a giant ninja pickpocketing extortion scheme or whatever the fuck they're doing going on, where are the cops?
Crime syndicate? What?
The cops are showing up in like 2 seconds.
Well,
but they don't got the syndicate on lock.
No, because they don't. As we learn later, Kevin, the chief of police, who very clearly had a much larger role in this movie until some editing happened, doesn't believe in Japanese folklore. I don't know, but you can tell it was much bigger. And I remember that from my sticker book. I had a ton of stickers with him, and I was like, why am I seeing this old dude who sucks? Like a lot in these stickers. It was really weird. I was just like, man, there he is again. What is this, like 5? I got 1 Donatello. I got 5 fucking cheap police guys. What the hell?
Yeah, I didn't understand his character at all.
Yeah, and you never will.
And April's just like, why you fucking telling lies? Just say it in English. I'm just like, get out of this scene.
No, we got to get yelled at, but we're not
there yet. And the guy cleaning the floors like, 30 seconds, April. I was like, why is April
the cameraman?
Chief?
That was the cameraman. He was cleaning up cords.
Oh, I was like, get off the floor. Where's your gear? It got stolen. There's a crime wave going on, dummy.
It's a crime wave. Nothing's safe, not even in the police station.
Dummy.
And then we see Raphael. He's the first turtle we meet. He's our third main character.
He's the leader according to the rap song.
Yeah, which is wrong.
Which is right in this movie because Leo was softer than baby shit in this.
Well, exactly, because like, I don't know. It's like, it always just depends on the version that you're getting, because Raph is sometimes the leader. Leo is sometimes the leader. I don't know why they switch back and forth. Like the newest cartoon, Kevin, Raph is the leader. And it's Waka's as shit. But Raph is the leader. And Leo's kind of an asshole, to be quite honest. And I kind of like all their characters. But they're all vastly different than this. So
sounds like, well, it's like any other comic book iteration. And they took the source material, and that's their version of those characters.
Exactly. And I don't even hate it. I'll be honest, I kind of like it. You know, at times, the very new cartoon. I don't know if it's going to last, because I think the second season tanked, but, you know, whatever. So we see Raph, and he's looking for his side, which happens to be like 2 inches from his fucking manhole cover. This manhole cover has to be open a good like 10 inches, and he can't, with his ninja skills, reach this fucking side without being seen. But April April can pick it up. She does not notice a giant fucking turtle looking out from the manhole cover. And then we get our first damn. Damn. Which I said a lot after this movie. It's probably
You're a horrible child, apparently.
Dude, when he yells,
you didn't understand
the
the police chiefs. You didn't understand turtle cussing.
Hey man, turtles cuss. I was like, well, fair fucking game for me.
You know what would have been better? Raph should have been like, this bitch. I've been like, true.
They only get one B word and they save it for the end, okay? Yeah, so he's pissed. They go back. We get our horrible title smash where it says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Even though I love that logo, I'm not going to lie, it looked horribly out of place in this movie.
It was me.
What the fuck?
They should have panned up to the city skyline and just slammed it down in between some buildings right on top of a manhole, just like the fucking game in the cartoon.
Yeah, that would have been picture perfect.
And then I'd been like, don't ever bring the cartoon up to me again in this movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, they could have just used the font that was on every single poster at the time. Like, I don't know. I feel like that would have been a better match, as just having those block letters with the fucking shadow outline. I was like, yeah. Oh well. And then they do their gimmick of like saying radical, bodacious, Bossa Nova.
And then it's like, I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, everyone can hear you down here.
But Raph ain't giving no play. Raph is pissed he lost a sigh. They go back to Splinter. They're like, Splinter, we did good. We saved the reporter lady randomly. And he's just like, were you seen? And they were like, no, voice of Elmo, we weren't. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he's like, Raphael, what's wrong? And because that's how he talks. And I'm going to imitate him like that. So shut it, everyone.
Everyone's like, can't wait.
Raphael's like, I lost the sigh. And he's just like, then it is gone. And you're just like, oh, God. And I really don't get why he's so pissed about the sigh. I'm like, you threw a sigh at a light in the dark.
I threw it at a lady.
What did you think was going to happen? Like, I don't know, keep track of your shit better or whatever. And Splinter does this like,
shit, get it back.
Well, he sucked at it. He's still learning. And then Splinter goes through this whole, I don't know, it's real rambly, you know, it's real splintery, this guy. And Mikey, he sneaks into the back and he's ordering a pizza. And even though I just bagged on this joke 2 episodes ago, he's doing the 30 minutes or less joke. And I was like, well, this is fine because this is an era that existed. And he doesn't ask for the pizza for free. He just knocks off $3 because he probably only has $10 that fell down the sewer that he happened to find. How did they pay for their pizzas?
Hand jobs.
The
guy just lays down on the grate, puts his wiener through the grate.
He's like, come to 114458 for a tuggy, a $10 tuggy.
Now that's turtle power.
He's just like, I just
get the one that uses the stick. He's got the right idea on the shaft. No, not the stick. I'm talking about me. Hey, did you want this pizza or not? Don't give me no turtle lip.
The grip is so weird with the 3 fingers, but I'm kind of addicted. I bring the Dominoes every night. They rub my turtle head just right.
Hey, tell that mouse with the long, weird fingers to come on over.
Fingers are so disgusting.
I'm like, dude,
I'm just like, can you imagine when he's petting April's head? That's why she screams. It's fucking gross fingers touching. She's like, oh my God. Oh God, what are those? What are those?
That's another thing about this movie. Everyone's really accepting to these just freaks. No one tries to stab them. They're all just like, well, they're wearing bright colors, so I guess they're friendly.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
like, how does she just not throttle that rat the second she sees, this rat got fucking pants on?
She should have just like kicked him right in the face.
He's wearing his fucking sex lounge robe.
Why does it have holes in it? I know you live in a sewer, but fucking hell, man, have some couth.
Bitch, everything's got holes in it. We're in the sewer.
We're in the sewer. We got a fucking telephone down here somehow. Don't question anything. But anyway, so yeah, Ralph's pissed. They order pizza. He's like, I gotta go watch a movie. I guess they got movie money. I don't know. just got a lot of money, these fucking turtles.
He just sneaks in everywhere.
I guess, just like Humphrey Bogart. And Splinter calls for
He dresses
some
like a
medication.
fucking fat flasher. He's not dressed like
He does. He definitely. I mean, he does kind of flash a little bit later. Let's just finish this scene first before we get there, because they play Louie Louie, and Mikey and Donnie dance to it, and Leo just continues to sit and do nothing. And this movie's why Leo is no one's favorite. Okay, Leo does shit all in this movie.
They don't give him anything to do.
They don't give him anything to do. He meditates first. That's it. He has a fucking spiritual connection to Splinter first. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Mikey's got your last. Donnie's got your backup last on everything else that you possibly could need.
They're
and then
literally
Raph
one
is just
voice.
angry. They really are. They're really just like
The
joint
same character.
Kinda. I mean, Donnie has more of the lame dud jokes, and then Mikey has more of the Mikey, So, but then we follow Raph, and Raph is getting out of Critters, and his review for Critters is, "Where did they come up with this stuff?" And I was like, "Hey, man, why are you taking a cheap shot at Critters? Like, what the fuck, man?"
Critters is great.
Yeah, what the hell?
You side chucking motherfucker.
He's just like, oh. And then he's just pissed. He's seen a bad movie, apparently. He didn't understand the plot to Critters. And why is Critters in here, Kevin? Do you have any idea why? You want to enlighten the audience?
New Line. It's a New Line joint.
That's it. They were just like, we need a movie poster. They're like, fucking Critters is out. They're like, all right, I guess. Like, put it in there. What about Critters 2? No. Just do the first one. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then we see the most choreographed mugging ever. Like, how could you not? Like, this woman is just like holding her purse out. Like, I'm old, steal it. And these two thugs are like, fuck yeah, that old lady wants us to steal her purse. They grab it. They're tossing it back and forth. Raph trips one of them. The other one, I guess, just wanted to fall on top of his friend because he does not make contact with that foot at all. That's something I noticed on this go around. I was just like, oh, there's no contact. Why'd he fall?
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. Understandable. And then Raph throws the purse back, and then he flashes him his turtle power, which is his sigh and his
turtle dick.
Yeah, which I thought was weird. Like, they would go, "Oh my god, he's got a sigh!" Like,
they're like, "What is that?"
Like
they're like,
"Orc," or
he's like, and his friend just leans over to him. He's like, "No, dude, that's a traditional Okinawa melee weapon. It's used for stabbing and blocking, primarily a defensive weapon. Sometimes the sides are long on there so they can break swords of their attackers." And he's like, "Oh,
that doesn't sound like it'd pierce me, though." No, probably not.
No, it's meant for stabbing as well.
Oh, shit.
I thought you were talking about.
Isn't it kind of weird that he has it though?
Yeah, I thought
in 1990 in New York.
What about that? Oh, that's his dick.
Oh, that's pretty fucking gross.
He's probably pleasured many of a manhole with that.
Yeah, he's like 144th and 5/8. Oh yeah, no, I've been there. You do good work. Oh, thank you. We appreciate that. Leave a review or a pizza. We appreciate both. So for whatever reason, they run away, and Raph is like, "Nope, I am missing one sigh, and I have 2 targets to take it out on."
I guess in Raph's defense, it was more of him like flashing the burner. He got that piece on him. So,
yeah, but then like when you flash the burner, you typically let the person go. You don't then chase him down and shoot them with the burner.
Like, he might, dude. I don't know.
Like, I didn't really understand that. So Raph chases them down, kind of. They run into Casey Jones, who uses some sports lingo, and he's just like, "All right, you fucking punks, I'm gonna beat some shit out of you." And then Raph's like, "No, I'm not gonna let you do that. Can't just beat him up." And he's just like, "Hey, you did your part. I gotta do my part." And he's just like, "Not like this." I don't understand this scene. I never really understood this scene.
Yeah, well, it's like, what were you going to do, Raphael? Ask him to like help him. Help me look for my side.
Ask him to the prom. Like, "Hey, I want to go. Good. I gave good tuggies after." They're like,
Hey guys, I know we were stealing purses, but I've never been kissed. So.
He's like, "I'm just a teenage mutant ninja turtle living in the sewers, giving hand jobs." And I'd very, very much like to feel.
And that's another thing, dude. That's why they meditate all the time. They're teenagers. They should just be whacking off every 5 seconds. There's like, the second they saw April,
hormones, Splinter, leave me alone.
Yeah, dude, they should have been killing each other for April's panties when they bring her back to the fucking sewer.
Mikey is a bit like, I mean, he's kissing TVs. He's just like, hey, it's the reporter. Like, he's smooching hard on that.
Dude, they're rubbing their crotches against outlets. You know, it should have just been crazy.
Yeah, there should have been, like, discarded blow-up dolls down there. And
sucking on her feet when she wakes up.
Cleaning up after you. And they're just like, get out of here, you old fucking rat.
Your dirty sex road.
Your dirty sex road and your weird dick fingers. Get out of here.
April's should be like, it smells like jizz and just jizz down here. God,
it smells like hormones and just sewer water mixed with semen. Is that semen? That's a lot of semen I'm smelling. Is this why New York is so stanky? Is this why just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is beating off constantly down? Beating off customers, beating themselves off. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't get it, man.
Yeah, I mean, and so they square off. Raph takes one of Casey Jones' bats and swings at him. They do a 1 strike, 2 strike, 3 strike, you're out type gimmick.
Yeah, they make fun of Jose Canseco. I mean, they kind of had some banter.
Like, you didn't pay for this, did you? That was good.
That was, I mean, it's mildly enjoyable because it's just like, hey, we're sassy. And we know about pop culture.
Yeah, and we know about cricket.
You know, when I was younger,
about cricket, you gotta know about crumpet.
Yeah, I got it. Like, I was like, yeah, good one, guys. I did not like Casey Jones when I was younger.
Oh, I hated him in this.
Yeah, I hated him. Watching him now, I'm like, yeah, man, I don't blame you.
And now I watched him like. When I watched this movie, I was like, fuck, I relate more to Casey Jones and Splinter than anyone else in this movie. I'm annoyed by children doing things.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind him this go around. I think CM Punk would have played a great Casey Jones.
Yeah, probably.
And I was just like, oh, yeah. I think he does a great job as Casey Jones now. I mean, I just remember hating him so much because with the garbage truck killing Shredder.
The third act, Casey Jones is like so out of place. I mean, he really is out of place in this whole movie. And I just remember from the cartoon, that was my only introduction to him, where he was just batshit fucking crazy. Like you couldn't talk to him because he was just like slap shot, cricket. 3-pointer, and you're just like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
What is hit his head? He's concussions, like, everyone.
He's like, if they having suicidal thoughts, thinking about killing my family, they're just like, whoa, Casey, you got to get some help, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be a case study. And then Casey Jones smacks him into a trash can. I don't know how he didn't dodge it. He's the worst ninja ever.
Well, yeah, he's the worst ninja until you see the next ninja. They do love this shot of having people fly over the camera with their back. They do it like 4 times in the movie.
Yeah,
where they just go flying back. That's how you know someone was just hit with a crippling.
That's how you know the scene's over.
Super bar breaker. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they just go flying. I was like, okay.
He falls into a trash can. Casey Jones runs away. Raph chases him. Jumps over the cab, and the passenger's like, what was that? And the taxi driver, he's like, looks like some kind of big turtle in a trench coat. You going to LaGuardia?
He should have been like, good night, everyone. Just drove and he got T-boned by a semi.
And because of the credits, I know that guy that was in the back was actually Raphael.
So yeah.
Which is, that's fun.
Real meta.
And then one of my favorite scenes of the whole movie, because it's when I felt like the movie actually put me in New York, is when he yells "damn" and it echoes throughout the city, and we just see a big shot of the city because this is the perfect place for it. I feel like New York is not enough of a character in this. And I wish New York was more of a character. I wish it felt like they actually lived in New York instead of a couple of scenes, set pieces of New
Well,
York.
Dustin, if you saw that budget and you knew how much it costs to shoot in New
Yeah,
York, you would have been like, "We're going to North Carolina, everyone." Everyone's like, "Agreed."
but that's, and I feel like you kind of just needed more of those shots of just showing me just the city, just a city from the rooftop. That's all I had to do. Because those shots are the ones I like the most in this. Is just on a rooftop, or I don't know. That's when it felt like I love the opening because it feels like you're in New York, and then it just quickly just narrows from there, and it's like, damn, she didn't narrow so much, but anyway, again, budget, I get it. And so then now, Raph is pissed. He's triple pissed. He's had the worst night. He's seen critters. He's lost a sigh, and he got hit into a trash can.
He got his ass beat.
He's got his ass beat. Goes home. Oh wait, no, we got the pizza scene first. Donnie's skateboarding. He goes over to Mikey. Mikey's finished a popsicle. I guess they have a freezer. I don't fucking know. Where do they get popsicles from? I don't know. They're waiting on the pizza guy. He's like, pizza guy's got 2 minutes. And then Donnie tries to get like deep on him, and Mikey's just like, well, $3 off. He's late. And then the pizza man shows up. He's like, down here, dude. They switch the pizzas. The guy's like, hey, this is only a 10. The tab's 13. He's just like, you're 2 minutes late, bro. It's like, Mikey, you cheap fucking bastard. And I just chalked it up to the fact that he probably only had $10,
The pizza guy should just started pissing on him.
Yeah, I was like, pizza guy, what? Like, you saw a 10 come up. What, you thought the other ones were coming? And no tip? Really, Mikey?
Yeah,
that's
real
fucked
bullshit,
up.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean, clearly they played that to their strength, to their benefit, because there is no address to that. The guy shows up. He's like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah, so it's like he's late because you got him looking for a sewer grate. He should go down there and beat your ass because apparently you guys are easy to beat up.
I mean, he was a little scared. So
I still think you should have pissed on him.
Definitely, yeah. So, and then we see the pizza cutting scene, whatever. And then Raph comes home, and
with another tantrum. I'm just like
another tantrum. And Splinter's like, "Hey, like, go
shut up! It's pizza
beat
night."
One off. Yeah, it's pizza night. I got pizza on my head. Fucking teenagers. He's like, go beat one out like your brothers did. Go to bed. All right. Then we got to go. I think we start at April's house. Her balding fucking, I don't know, editor, boss, whatever. I was just like, April, take it easy. I'm the chief of police. He's busting my fucking balls. And she's just like, no, the story's got to be told.
What story?
I don't know, man. Like that, no one believes there's a giant crime wave going. Where are people just not reporting anything? I'd find that hard to believe. I deal with people; they will report a fucking fly farting. Okay,
you name names.
Yeah. So they're having this really pointless conversation because the whole point is this: Danny is about to steal $20 from April that she will never miss, see, or care about. Okay, he steals the $20. And he's just like, I will give this to my ninja family.
Hell yeah,
share
dude.
this bounty.
It's all about family.
Yeah. And when they're off, she's got to go to City Hall, talk to the chief of police. He does some random speech.
Just why, dude?
I don't know. I do not know. And she busts his chops. She's like, tell us about the Foot Clan. He's just like, fuck a Foot Clan. I'm not talking about no fucking Foot Clan. He's like, fuck you, tell me about the fucking Foot Clan.
I don't believe in urban legend and Japanese folklore. I was like, what?
Yeah, he really, like, I feel like there was probably a lot more Japanese hatred from this man that they had to cut, and they were like, hey, buddy, like, not on the camera, because you're getting, like, real heated. But if you say that one more time, we're going to have to cut you from the movie. And then he did, and they were like, fucking cut him from the movie. But yeah, it's just it's a dumb scene. You could just tell that they were going to work this whole crime angle scene more, I feel like. And then they were just like, kids don't care. Kids don't care about crime. They want to see the turtles fight.
No.
Dumb funny shit. So then he calls her into his office after the interview and is just like, what the fuck was that, O'Neill? And she's just like, fucking tell me about the Foot Clan. It's just like, fuck a Foot Clan. And then she's in and out within a minute, and the cameraman times her. I don't know how. He's rolling up fucking cord the whole damn time. And then she's just like, all right, well, I get that we're a crew working together and we're all field reporters and you're my field reporting team, but I'm going to take the subway home alone, okay? And then meanwhile, Splinter.
Yeah, was she off the clock?
She was definitely off the clock at that point.
And where was Irma when all this is going down?
Fucking, she had other plans, like not getting into the movie. She was cut from the movie hard. I think we missed a Foot Clan introduction, didn't we? Oh, shit, we did.
Yeah, they go into the warehouse. We get to see the warehouse for the first time.
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
And I will say, when we go into this magical wonderland, I was like, did these guys watch Hackers? Who came first with the magical wonderland with their skateboarding, video games, smoking, and gambling? And
they just know what the 90s knew what the kids wanted, Kevin.
Kids just care about
indoor skateboard ramps,
Newports, and arcade games.
We got regular and menthol.
And the guy sort of cranked music. And I was like, okay.
Picked menthol. And then he just threw them at another guy. Like, here,
because he had class. They just use it as money.
Yeah. No, they had real money for roulette. Like, you can't put smokes down on roulette.
It was just your butthole and smokes. That was currency in the Foot Clan.
It's a rather boys only club, this Foot Clan.
There was a couple of ladies there. I don't know if they were Foot Clan in, but they were there. And I will tell you one thing, Dustin, take you back to the scene where they do the sweeping camera throughout there, and you see that guy just running this weird half pipe 400 times on a skateboard.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
In the background, they are playing an acclaimed video game called Narc, where you're the red cop and the blue cop. If you look closely on the screen, they are on the last boss. I know, because my brother and I have gotten to the last boss. The trick is if one of you die while fighting the last boss, you cannot beat him. You need to both be alive to beat him. It's complete bullshit. It's completely designed to take your fucking money, but joke's on them. I have a free version. It's the arcade one, and I was like, fuck you, fuck this game. We tried like 10 times, and we just looked at each other. We're like, you know what? You will never be remembered. And we turned it off.
And yet here we are. Remembered.
Yeah, it dunked right back on me. It was like, well, guess what? I just time traveled and made you think of me again.
Fucking Narc, asshole. You think you can outlive Narc? Narc is forever.
Yeah, terrible game.
Yeah, it looked bad. I was like, oh, Narc. I was like, I bet
at the time
about Narc.
At the time, it was kind of cool because it was like all digitized, body parts flying around.
I mean, I could tell they took their time to show me that. I was like, ooh.
People threw needles at you. Hypodermic variety.
Wow. You're a junkie now.
Yeah.
Narc.
But then you could arrest him, but you ended up shooting him. Don't do drugs.
This is for justice. And that syringe in my arm. Is that heroin? Am I addicted to heroin? You know what? I'm going to put 2 in you. And yeah, I mean, it's a good scene. And then we see, so we see like the thug side with all the drinking and the smoking and the Mountain Dew. And then we go to the Foot Clan practicing side where everyone's sparring, and Tatsu, he just like schools this one asshole. He's like, never take your eyes off your enemy.
Yeah, it's like
I was like, you're a horrible teacher.
No, I like that part. That was a part I do like. That was some real Cobra Kai shit where he's like, dude, just crush him. You're the bad guy. There's no honor here. No bow to me. You get them. You tear them new assholes. I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and this is the fall of the Foot Clan because you see how horrible they are. And then they're initiating a new member. And, like, oh, okay. Oh, no, that's later. I'm sorry. No, that's later.
Like, I didn't mind this part because it really just shows, like, the entry level of, like, the peons and the grunts. Yeah. And then you kind of have this level up, but they kind of foster this, it's almost like an after-school boys club where the girls get to hang out, but we're really into organized crime, racketeering, stuff like that. And I thought that was an interesting approach to the Foot Clan. And it's of course they're not robots and they're not highly trained ninjas, but it's just...
and they're not like a giant criminal organization.
They're just a gang of punk-ass kids in a way. But then there's this upper echelon where you're like, oh, these guys could be dangerous.
Man, they know how to fight. So anyway, so back to City Hall. And when April's doing her argument with the chief of police. Like, tell me about the Foot Clan. We cut to Shredder, who's watching the interview on like 28 fucking TVs. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing, Shredder? And this is our first introduction to him. He throws a knife at April and he says,
yeah, he does like doesn't he do like a kunai? Like
yeah.
And it just stabs in the TV. I was like, dude, you got another one. That's fine.
Yeah, didn't even break the TV. I was like, damn, TVs were made of sterner stuff. You do that to my TV right now, I'm not watching shit.
Oh, it's going right through it, through the wall.
Yeah, it's fucking everything up. So, yeah. So now April, she's clocked out early. She's earned her report and keep for the day. She's like, going to take the subway home. Leave the cameraman to clean up 19,000 feet of cord.
Didn't her cameraman have a name in the cartoon?
Yeah. I don't remember.
He had black hair, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, he's played by Will Arnett in the other movie.
Oh, yeah.
The floppy sequel. Yeah, I don't remember his name because I never
sloppy toppy sequel.
If you weren't a turtle or a mutant or a ninja or a Foot Clan member, I really didn't give a fuck about you. Like, if you're a part of April's stable, I don't give a fuck.
Wow.
I don't give two fucks. Don't even like April half the time, to be
there you have it.
I'm just saying. So she's down the subway. Foot Clan surround her.
You're talking about April O'Neil, the cartoon, right? Not the adult actress.
Yeah, I'm talking about April O'Neil.
Oh, okay. I just
weird plug again from Kevin.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of the best scenes I had completely forgotten about. Foot Clan, they're around her, and April, who wants information about the Foot Clan, and when the Foot Clan are presented in front of her, just like, hey guys, can we just like not do this right now? I'm having a bit of a Monday. And I was like, this is the Foot Clan. Why are you climbing?
The story you're chasing, you dumbass.
Ask them some questions. You're the balls to the wall fucking reporter. Be like, why are you doing this? Instead, she's like, ha. And he's just like, I have a message for you. Puts his hand out. Opens it like he's releasing a fart or a kiss.
Dude, this was the best scene in the entire movie. And he slaps her stupid ass. I was
trying to build up to it, asshole. And then you stole it from me, you dick. What the fuck? I'm sitting there saying he releases a fart and a kiss, and then you're like, no, he slaps her. I'm like, yeah, what the fuck, man? What do you think I was going to say after that? Gently caresses the side of her head? No, he's like, shut up. And I was like, damn, I forgot about this scene. I am using that at work immediately. I have a message for you today. They're like, oh, I thought it was a hug or a kiss or something. No.
Start slapping people.
Well, I'm going to fake slap him, Kevin. I'm not going to be like, dude, hey, Jar, nice to see you again.
No, fired. You left me no choice. Why you start slapping people? What's a turtle? Fired.
It was a message for him. I was delivering it via the airwaves. Yeah, he slaps her. They slaps her hard. She goes down hard, and then Raphael has been following her because he wants to.
She blacks out.
Yeah. Oh no. She pulls the sigh out, and then after that, starts to hit him with the bag, and then he just backhand her or something. She blacks out. Raphael shows up, beats all their asses except for one because he's the worst ninja ever. He
sucks, man.
He picks up April and his sigh. He's like, "Yay, I got it back!" Runs like 30 feet down the subway to his base.
Reveals ourselves a kidnapping.
And Danto's like, what's wrong with you think? Bringing back a woman. And he's just like, yeah, I just thought I would do some redecorating, a new throw pillow, a fucking news reporter, just trying to spice out the place.
And that's the look on her face of that picture I just sent you when she saw all the turtles at the place where they lived.
All right. Well, guess I will look at that while I continue to talk. And then, yeah, pretty much. She's like, oh. Like, so you like live here or
is this where you take people to have them murdered?
Is this a kill room that you don't care about any of the evidence because there's so much evidence? Is there just too much evidence? And this is where Splinter's like, get some towels and some hot water and a fan so she doesn't smell the turtle cum. And
yeah, I was like, what do you know about treating a woman Right, Splinter.
Yeah. Oh no, a pillow. He's like, get her a pillow. I'm like, listen, we all see the couch that she's on.
It's got bed
That's a
bugs.
scary fucking couch. I mean, amongst other things, it has bed bugs, roaches, and probably some shit. So,
Well, the bed bugs are the worst because she's going to bring those back to her place.
I mean, that's okay because that place is going to burn down later on. So, you know.
I got questions about that place too.
It's called a rich character backstory that they did not have time to indulge. So, but yeah, so, you know, dick fingers are being rubbed on her and she wakes up and she just sees a giant rat and is just like,
she should have just started stabbing everything.
She tries to get as high as she can, as if it were a tiny little rat instead of like a giant man rat that could easily just stand up next to her. I don't understand the logic. And she's just like, oh God, oh, what's happening? The turtles scream, she screams. And then she's like, I'm dreaming. And he's just like, hey, lady, fucking calm down. And she's like, oh, it talks.
Don't stand on our couch.
Yeah. And then he's like, let me just bust out some fucking Ninja Turtle origin story for you. And I was like, thank you. This is how you do it. How did we fuck this up? Ninja Turtles gave us the formula. Of your movie.
Who's asking? Why is it she clawing their eyes out? There's creatures everywhere.
She's dreaming still, and the bed bugs are making her itchy, man. Okay. She's got the bed bug itch. And so he goes into their origin story. And simple and easy. Because the Ninja Turtles have the simplest and easiest origin story. Baby turtles, ooze, mutate, done.
Yeah, but then
easy. But what I'm talking about, Kevin, it's not that it's fantastic or whatever. I'm saying the formula is there, that you don't slam it in the first part of your movie or make it the whole movie. He was just like, here you go, and we're out. Okay, now you know why they're Ninja Turtles. Done. You know,
P.S. I will bring this back because I'm an old senile rat. And I just start talking randomly to white kids and just going,
I have 2 stories and I tell them frequently.
And I was like, this is so embarrassing.
Yeah, no, he's real, like, cringy dad. He's just like, gosh.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if he just started...
giant rat dad.
If he just wet his pants that he's not wearing, I'd be like, okay, we need to put him down.
Why do you think he's not wearing pants? The fucking rat diapers got too fucking expensive.
Yeah, especially dude, he wears his little...
took all the diaper service trucks.
He wears his little
he's like,
rat...
no one shows up for the service to change my butthole anymore. They're just like... What the fuck's wrong with this rat?
Well, number one, it's a rat. Dude, he always wears his sexy robe. He never wears anything.
Oh, he is ready to work out. He's got a rat tail, man. You can't put that in pants. It doesn't work.
Yeah, you can. Just cut a fucking poop shoot.
He's like, then I'm tempted to poop in the suit.
Yeah, I mean... just walking around shitting. I get it. You're in the sewer. Where's the toilet? Who knows?
Everywhere. They just shit where they go. Anyway, so yeah, he gives them their origin. He's like, hey, I was feeling sorry for myself. I was eating trash like a rat, but I felt like I wasn't. And then
I started to grow.
I found some turtles. I didn't actually touch the ooze, but somehow I mutated as well. I noticed that. I was like, wait, you didn't touch the ooze? What the fuck, man?
Well, he touched the turtles, so I mean, he put him in a KFC bucket.
If you see him, if you see me sitting there with a little stick, like, get in there, yeah, go on.
Yeah, dude, osmosis, man. He was too close to it. I mean, it is like fucking some sort of like radiation shit. And
then the turtles come out.
How did she just not like throw a brick at him? Go, I don't care what you say, rat boy.
I don't care about origin stories. They come out, they say their first words, pizza.
But then they're chilling too hard at the end of this 5-minute story. And guess what? If they're 15 years old in his timeline, they wouldn't be saying radical, bodacious, and bullshit. They would have been too young.
Early 90s.
No, they wouldn't have. Those words were not popping up then. All right? They'd be some 80s shit. No, dude.
That was the throwback to the cartoon and the comic books.
Yeah, that was the throwback to a fucked up timeline. Get it right.
They had no other cool words, Kevin. They were saving Cowabunga to the end like idiots, okay? Now it's Booyakasha. They don't even say Cowabunga anymore.
What were you trying to say?
Bula.
Gulag?
Moolah.
Welcome
Gulag.
to the gulag.
Gulag. They're like, what? No. But yeah. So like, okay. Yeah, that's what they say now. Booyakasha.
Maybe they shouldn't say anything.
Say cool and bro and dude. That's it. Those are the three that they
gotta say like bruh.
Bruh.
Yo, Splinter, who made this
bruh.
pie? This shit is bussin'. I'm like, oh wow, you're really ahead of the curve, guys.
Like that's fucking fire, yo. They're just like, shut up. Like, you dickhead. And so now they got to escort April back home. The Foot Clan does not know where she lives, but the Foot Clan does know where they live. And so they take her up, and
because one of the foot soldiers followed him through the sewer, and these ninjas don't know they're being followed multiple times throughout their lives.
Multiple times, like every time, really.
Even the whitest, stupid. He's not even a ninja yet, Dustin, and he just finds exactly where they're at, camps out there for days on end, eats their food, shits on their floors, hides in their closets,
does their pizza trick, keeps the tug business going. They're like, man, the fucking handies have really gone downhill. He's like, I'm trying the best I can. Why do you have 5 fingers?
It's just despicable service.
It's in the name, 3-finger tug. What's wrong with you? I'm trying.
Yeah, it's just awful.
So they go up to April's place because they have pizza. There's some funny speeding up of the footage where they have Michelangelo just like fucking rocket out of the manhole to
when he hears pizza. She's got pizza. Can I say there's pizza over here? Pizza.
Frozen pizza. And they're okay. They're okay with that. These turtles will get down with whatever.
And now they're out there just closing April's house down. They're just like, yeah, you guys can go home. It's like been 2 days and I don't have any more.
She's like really comfortable for mutant turtles like eating and telling horrible jokes. Michelangelo does a bunch of impressions. God only knows why.
He was pretty embarrassing.
He was like, you dirty rat, you killed my brother. And then she's like, that must be Splinter's favorite. And they fucking go silent. They no-sell her so hard here. And she's like, it was a joke. And I was like, was it? It sounds like you just took a shot at their fucking father.
And they're real bitches for their dad.
Yeah, they are. Because all fathers love their sons. Yeah, like they were just like, how fucking dare you?
She should be like, guys, it's 4 a.m. Get the turtle the fuck out of here. Won't you turtle? I'm turtling. I gotta take a shit.
So I gotta take a shit. You guys gotta get the fuck out of here. Because I don't want to see what happens when you guys got shit. Okay, fucking nightmare. That's some fucking creepypasta. Okay, I don't want to see that.
I remember when I was little, like in school, everyone would like draw the turtles and shit instead of doing work. And I remember this one guy was really good, and I was like, wow. I was like, dude, you should like draw comics because cool. And then he was drawing like dirty ones and like their little 4-section flaps, and he drew like the bottom flaps open where they're like a turtle dong was hanging out. I was
and
like,
you were like, maybe you should draw comics.
This is like too good, and now I feel weird. And
remember I'm feeling weird about turtle dicks. I'm gonna talk about it later. Remember
when they took the tail off the toys because everybody thought it looked like a schlong? Well, he's banging April. That's all right then, right?
Give him ammo. No, it's not. Ew.
No, it was. When you saw that, it was fine. But when you just saw
it's just fine. I'm no longer that confused. A little.
When you just see the turtle dong blowing in the wind, you're kind of like, oh, what's he going to do with that? Like, you're scared, but you figure it's going to find its way, you know? And then it does. And then he drew Irma. I was like, dude, like, you're a good artist. Please stop using it for evil.
He's like, never. Because that's what happens when you're too good at art. You just draw sexy stuff. For you, though. Like, it's very taster's choice here.
What are you in the mood for? What are you looking for? You want some Thundercat porn? Turtles porn?
How about Lionel and Leo scene, huh? You into that? There's this thing called Yowie. I'm really into it. Give it some time.
Yeah, timeline. You're a couple of decades ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, back to this. So finally, they kick out. She kicks out the turtles. They're just like, when she's like, when will I see you again? He's just like, well, you gonna get more pizza? Like,
when I washed the turtle BO out of this place.
She's like, well, it's kind of musty in here, and I think one of you was in the bathroom for too long, but you know,
I mean, you guys are in the
kind of
sewer.
Disappeared for a while.
Literally got the sewer into my home.
Like, they did not look clean. So they go home. They discover, I don't know how, but they discover they've been robbed.
Nothing sacred.
You can't even have a fucking shithole in the sewer without getting shit robbed by these.
I was like, dude, is this Charles Bronson's New York? This place is tough.
Crime wave is real, people. They're like, I didn't believe it before. Now I do.
Donnie should have been like, I can't even sleep here.
Stop.
I can't even sleep here tonight. I'm so uncomfortable.
They couldn't. They were like, you stole our fucking father? We can't even have a dad?
We stole your dad.
Fucking assholes.
If this was my two dads, we at least have a backup.
We at least have the one with the minimal screen time.
Dude, it did. They go back to April's place, and she opens the door. She's like, God, I hope it's not those stinky fucking turtles. Hey!
Hey, I'm just trying to, like, live life now. I thought we were done.
I'm just trying to wash the sewer off my body.
And she's like, what happened? You look like depressed teens.
Splinter. And I was like, did they just lose all vocabulary?
I looked at my son and was just like, fucking use your words. See, don't be like Leo. He sucks. He sucks. Use your words. Be like, our father was kidnapped. Like, how hard is that? They were just like, Splinter.
Yeah, I was like, what a bunch of pussies.
Yeah, like, they're all just like, and she's like, all right, sleep on the floor like weirdos, I guess.
Well, yeah, dude. One of them was eating milk duds. I saw milk dud boxes on the floor. I was like, dude, easy.
They're teenagers, man. They got like fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja acne. I mean, there's probably fucking some Noxzema pads over there somewhere too. They were just like, we're real fucking 90s.
Oh man.
Whew. Next morning, April. She's at an all-night bender with these turtles, but her boss shows up because we see Danny get arrested too. I forgot about that part. Yeah, we see Danny get arrested. He turns and looks at the camera / where April is.
I'll do it again.
And so does the cop with him. They both do an over-the-shoulder look, and I was like, what are you both doing? Why are you doing that, you think? And at some point during the night, the chief of police, he's like, pull any records of people related to these shitheads and let me know if it crosses my desk. And he finds out that Danny's a crook, and he's got to talk to his big business dad, his big news radio station dad. And he's just like, do you have a
station? He works at the fuck
TV, whatever. He's just like, do you have a son named Danny or Daniel or Dan? What does he go by these days, you think? Because it seems like it's going to be a pivotal part of the story at the end. A real fucking conclusion. And so the boss comes to tell April.
Goes by Danny Dipshit.
He goes by Sid fucking Vicious because he's wearing a fucking Sid Vicious shirt all fucking throughout the movie. They're like, give me two.
The Sex Pistols, not the wrestler.
Yeah.
Just for clarity.
Just to really hammer home he's a punk. He's just like, I support the Sex Pistols via t-shirts that I have stolen. Presumably. And yeah, so then the boss shows up, the turtles all hide, and he's just like, take it easy on the chief of police today. And she's just like, no fucking guarantees. I need to know about the motherfucking Foot Clan.
April, calm down. This place, I didn't see a fire extinguisher in this building. Where's your smoke detectors? Is this up to code? Should a person be living here? What was that? A fucking milk duds box?
Disgusting towels laying on the floor. That seems like a fire hazard. And then Danny catches a glimpse of Michelangelo in a mirror, and Mikey's just like, and then disappears somewhere. I was like,
did like hiding this. I like the ninja woo. I really wish they would have done this a little
bunch
bit
more.
Yeah.
In like a better way though, not like I'm hiding under a table.
Yeah, what do you think?
What?
Or they're dumb. They're
Yeah,
dumb.
it's dumb. And then, I mean, Donnie in the shower. Okay, fine. No,
Yeah,
he was like,
okay.
"This is easy. I'll
He's
do
like,
this."
I'm a turtle.
Who keeps a towel inside the shower where they turn the water on, Kevin? Do you keep towels inside the shower that
Maybe
you
she
dry
was
off
doing
with?
stuff with her lady stuff after. You don't know.
It didn't make any sense.
You don't know,
But,
dude.
yeah, so they all hide.
They'll never know.
April comes out. She's like, "Daddy, tell your dad to chill." He's like, "I fucking wish, man."
I mean, fucking preaching to the choir. I mean, this stuffy ass motherfucker.
I mean, look at that bald fuck. Look at him. Holding out hope for what little hair he has on the top. Just fucking shave it, Costanza.
No, it's hereditary, you Danny dipshit.
Danny dipshit, just wait till this shit hits you hard. All right, you fucking redheaded fuck. He's just like, I love mom more. He's just like, I already knew that, you fucking asshole, but I make more money and it's the state of New York. So booyah, you're mine. She pays me alimony. He's just like, I hate you forever.
That's Danny dipshit, everyone.
So Daddy dipshit's got to get to school. And Dad's like, why are you stealing? I'm making enough for both
Is
of
this
us.
a red light? And he runs.
No, that's New York traffic, dude.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna use the red light dash. Or someone's talking to me and I'm in a car, I'm just dipping. I don't want
Get
to
out
talk.
of that seatbelt, man. He was like, I didn't do the bottom latch. He's just like,
I love
this is
this
why they
thing.
stopped
He
doing
just
these
bolted.
cars.
I was like, damn, that's a fucking pro move.
Yeah, he was like, oh, we're gonna talk after school. He was just like, this conversation's fucking over. Didn't even shut the door after him either. He was just like, Daddy, I gotta reach over awkwardly and shut the door now. I'm in New York. People don't have patience. Come on.
He dunked on his dad pretty hard with those moves.
Yeah, he was just like, peace, I'm fucking out.
Mhm.
Danny will live for another day.
Jeez.
So,
All true.
yeah, all very true. So April goes back on the news. She fucking lights the police chief up again. She's just like, I've been fucking talking to some people from the old world. That is Japan, apparently.
And this boater police chief can't stop the crime
like,
wave.
This is very reminiscent of some shit that happened in Japan once. I was like, a crime wave? Like, really? Okay, all right, whatever. And she's just like, well, I've put all this in my report and sent it to Chief Police Fuckface, but he won't answer my goddamn question about who's the motherfucking Foot Clan.
I was like, Jesus, lady, save it for your blog. Or just like...
And there's fucking bald dad just like, God damn it, April.
He's a Houlihan, you've gone too far.
And the chief of police calls instantly. And they're just like, sir, got the chief of police on the fucking line for you. He's just like, fucking send him to my phone. And he's just like, what the hell, Finnegan? I thought we had a fucking deal. And I was like, what deal? To just let April shoot herself in the foot? Whatever. And then the Foot Clan, Danny's gone back in. They're initiating some asshole.
You know, if there was some more context to this of like, hey, April, I know you love busting stories wide open. I know you don't care how you hurt as long as you get the story. I want to make you a character. So hold on, April. This is your motivation. You just have to have... You're basically the voice of the voiceless for the people. Your dad was a victim of a crime wave, so you always gotta get answers on
your secondhand store's gone out of business.
Exactly, the old antique store, because he was an old bastard, and that's all you understand is crime.
Got tired of buying stolen hot goods.
Yeah, and then she's just like, so she's just unruly. She knows she's not being professional, but she's just got to bust this story wide open because the Foot Clan's got to be stopped because there are crimes causing, babies to fly out of windows, just something. And
or just have her talk to like a victim of the crime wave, maybe. Maybe.
What happened? Oh, they crime waved my baby. Look at him. Like they stole his shoes and shit. He had baby Yeezys on. And and I'd be like, damn, dude.
I haven't seen my son in 17 fucking weeks. Pretty sure he's got a fucking menthol addiction now.
And I'm pretty sure he's just skateboarding indoors and playing Narc. Narc till his wrist hurts.
Playing Narc till his wrist hurts? That's not a euphemism for teenage masturbation. That's a video game. Look it up. Blue Cop, Red Cop. You might have heard of it. Can't beat the final boss, I hear, unless you got two people.
It's a coin buncher.
They're just like, all right, fucking calm down, Acclaim. Jesus.
It's fucking robbing the kids blind.
They're like, that's why we stole it. We stole it and we beat that shit. Okay.
Yeah, well, they probably did. And that's the thing. Like, I wanted April to do that, but she's just kind of being like, "Fuck you! You won't. I won't do what you tell
and
me."
He could just say something like, "Hey, Danny got arrested. I need you to go." Like, put the consequences of the decision on her. You know, all I had to say is, "Hey, Danny got arrested. The chief's up my ass. He's gonna cut him a deal as long as you back off."
Yeah. So can you put the fucking fangs back a little bit?
Yeah, and then that way she just looks at him. She's just like, "Fucking no, play. I play." And you're just like, "What?" She's just like, "I'm going for the fucking jugular."
And I would have been really okay with her, like Danny trying to decide if he should go to light side or the dark side, and April be like, "Hey, come with me. I need you to shoot this." You know what I mean? And he's just like, "Yeah." And then he maybe slowly starts giving up the Foot Clan to her because he's just like, "You know what? I just love your curly hair like the comic book." And he's like, "Yeah, cool. I don't wear the jumper." He's like, "Yeah, and that's why I love you." You know what I mean? And he's got like a little
You're making that mini skirt work, girl. Go. She's like, "Hey, don't fucking. I have a real big problem with that shit in this movie." He's just like, "Oh, fair enough. All right."
Just even make him a little poon crazy. I'd be just for April, and I'd be like, and so she can kind of coax the story out of him. And then Casey Jones, and then he shows up and he kind of gets a little frustrated. And then you have the Turtles because Danny's just like,
Danny has no point in this movie other than to constantly flip sides and drive the plot forward.
No, Dustin,
and that's the sad part. He drives the entire plot
exactly, because without Danny, I can't find Splinter. I don't know where Splinter is because me and my brothers are the worst ninjas ever.
Oh no, they found Splinter, but now it's like
Danny found Splinter.
No. Remember the ninja, the guy, the Foot Clan that followed him back found Splinter. Oh, you mean in the warehouse?
No. Because he moved.
Yeah, no. Remember the one guy that Raphael did knock out? He found the base. They go and they kidnap Splinter. Danny gives up the ghost on where the Ninja Turtles are after having a fight with his dad. That's the part we're at because they're doing the initiation. He's like, these turtles, and then fucking Danny's just like, Shredder, I have a question. And then they just cut away. They just show Danny raising his hand, and then all of a sudden, we're watching Raph like be pissed off because April thanked him on the news, and they're giving him hell. So he goes up to the roof like, "Where's Dad? Where's Splinter? I'm gonna blow off steam up here."
Yeah, I don't know where Splinter is because you guys don't look for him.
Yeah, they just want like someone to give a tip to April. That's what they're waiting on. They're waiting for a news tip for April to find the location of Splinter. Like, "Hey, I saw a fucking warehouse full of shit and a giant rat."
Like, if that was the motivation,
is that of interest to you?
You could have been like, April could have been like, "Listen, do you know what's going on with the crime wave, Danny? Because the Foot Clan, these guys, they hurt my friend's friend. You know what I mean? My friend's dad. And I just need to make sure
he doesn't know that he's involved yet, though."
Well, this is the story that it should have been because then Danny would have had more weight, and then you'd be like, because my friend, they missed their dad, he could be hurt. You know, he needs to have his medicine. He needs.
Or hear me out. Yeah, he needs his blood pressure medicine, otherwise his dick fingers are throbbing. Or eliminate Danny altogether because I fucking hate him so much.
I'm just working with what they. Yeah, I'm just working with what they gave me.
Yeah, so then we see Raph just like busting some kicks on the fucking roof in the middle of the day, and Casey Jones is just like, I don't know, try to get sports radio for free on the top of a roof or something, and he spots Raph and he's just like, "That's a fucking freak that I beat up in the park."
He should have yelled at
us, see if he needs help later.
"Hey, you bald motherfucker!"
Yeah, it would have been great if they were just jawing at each other. Like real New York. "Hey, remember when I hit you in that fucking trash can? Yeah, fucking come over here. I'll fucking hit you into a trash can." He's like, "Nah, that's fucking lame. I already did that, you stupid asshole." He's like, "Damn it." But that just kicks. And then the Foot Clan shows up. And I like the way that looks. I like the way that, like, this is probably my favorite, like my absolute, and I'm not all joking aside, my favorite shot is when we do the behind the back shot of Raph looking over the city. Because that scene, that shot, gives me literally gives me goosebumps every time I see it because it looks like that's like the Spider-Man moment where it's like, shit, man, this is an actual turtle. Look, this is a Ninja Turtle looking out over the city, and it feels real. And it also feels accidental because it's the best shot. Like it just looks visually better than everything else in the movie. But it just looks so great. And I love that. And then boom, all of a sudden just Foot Clan behind him. And he's cocky, a little too cocky. He fights. He does pretty well at first, and then more show up and beat his ass. And then meanwhile, the Three Stooges, as I'll call them, because they're missing Raph. April's just like, hey, take a tour through my fucking discarded shop of horrors here that I'm never gonna explain because the movie doesn't have fucking time.
Yeah, listen,
we'll get a
if
simple
that place
joke.
wasn't working, there'd be just homeless people and graffiti all over that place. It'd be a crack den in New York. It's total bullshit.
Like they would be like, oh yeah, no, we're familiar with the jerk off den. She's like, what'd you call it? Oh, nothing.
No.
That's what they call it on the streets. That's a lot of transient sex in here. That's what happens, Real den of debauchery. Just saying.
Oh.
Debauchery, whatever. But yeah, and then eventually Raphael gets thrown through a window.
Listen,
and
when he gets thrown through that skylight, I laugh every time because he hits like a piece of shit. I'm like, he's dead. Like this turtle's dead.
It looks painful as fuck.
I go, man.
I mean, you know why he's taken out of the movie for a while after that because you're just like, well, what was that shot right there? The actor needed a couple days off.
Should have landed on his shell.
Yeah, no, he did.
We were going to throw the suit through the light just empty, but he said, no, I'll go in it.
I mean, we didn't tell him there was no pad down there, and that was one continuous shot. Damn. So we get some chuckles here. Michelangelo squares off with a fellow chucker, as he says. And I debate on whose skills are better because Michelangelo doesn't really. He's in a turtle suit,
dude,
so I give him.
The guy has way more control, and he's just moving it around his body. The guy's in a rubber suit; he can spin it and flip it around his hip. The end.
But then Michelangelo spins it on his finger, and he wins. Okay, he wins every time. All right, because that is just cool as fuck. Come on, Kevin! It defies all physics and gravity.
He could do it. I've seen it done.
Well. Michelangelo did it first. But it's a dumb, fun little scene. The Donatello jumps over his head for some reason. Lands.
It's like it's time to go, bro. We're tired of fucking around. We want to fight.
He doesn't land and hit someone. He just lands and then hits someone, kinda. He just kind of pushes them off. The turtles hold their own for a while, but then they start chopping through the floor. This floor just chops easily. And then more foot soldiers jump down and they fall through. More yucks. Then Casey Jones shows up. And
everything stops.
Everything stops and the music gets super serious and then a fire starts. And not a lot of fighting happens. And Casey Jones just kind of holds everyone back for a while. And then the boss calls on the answering machine. And
so this is dumb right here.
Super dumb.
So they all escape through like a trap door. I'm like, go out the same door he came in. It's a fire. What are you guys doing?
We need a secret exit.
Go out and then just close the door, and maybe these foot guys burn alive. Who knows?
Most
maybe
of them were already clearing out. They were like, "There's way too many of us. We're good."
If they would have all ran out, I know you want to keep your identity secret, and you're kind of dragging a turtle. How did Raphael get out? I don't know. So I assume Leo got him because you just stopped seeing characters in this scene?
No, Mikey and Donnie have to pull him because Leo's the last one out. This is like the first time Leo gets to talk.
And then Casey Jones follows, and not one time he's like, no one shook. And like, hey, there's three more of these green fucking dudes.
Yeah.
And some chick. I think I seen her on TV. Is she fucking these green dudes?
I mean, he calls her a babe like instantly. He's just like, let me start off on the wrong foot, babe.
Well, he's a 90s action guy, so he's going to say all the things you call women in that time.
All the wrong things.
But and then there's a answer machine. He leaves a message. There's like no fire safety. The fire department's not dispatched. You kind of hear the cops a little bit later, or maybe.
The best is that there's a water tower on top of the fucking roof that does nothing, does dick all.
I don't know.
I just crack that shit and it's like fires out.
Why didn't they? I just didn't understand. They should have just ran outside. Casey could have held the door, bought him some time. They pop a sewer lid. They all jump down, And then Casey could have been like, well, it just
'Cause
went in Rome, you know, and then he runs
gotta
over.
get to the farm, dude. We gotta go to the farm because April has a bunch of property. She's a real estate mogul. So they drive away instead.
Drive away in the party van.
Drive away in the party van that never gets to party. And she watches out the back window as her childhood junk store burns to the ground. And the backstory that was is never once again. Just never again. They get to the farmhouse, and I think they kind of like unload or whatever, and then I don't know if she starts narrating first, or I think she narrates first, and then she narrates the Casey Jones part where he's just like, "Oh, hey, good news! I saved you an 8-hour round trip. You got fired." And she's just like, "Did you go to insensitivity school? You fucking insensitive motherfucker!" And he's just like, "Hey, listen, Toots, babe, honey pot, I'm just trying to fucking tell you the bad news, all right?" I really don't know why she's mad at him. I mean, yeah, maybe he could have broken it up. It's not like the answering machine was much better.
Well,
I don't know how to tell you
maybe
this, April, you're fired. Like,
well, Dustin, this is your main problem in movies a lot. You never put yourself in the people's shoes of she just lost her childhood little home, apartment, everything. She's just being told that she lost her job. One of her turtle friends could be dead. She's trying to make progress and try to get her life back on track because, you know, she's obsessed with this Foot Clan and finding out what is the Foot Clan.
you're giving her so much more credit for sexual tension. That's all it is just they even because the minute after that they go, ooh, it's like moonlighting.
Well, no, I know, but that's so she's probably not blowing up at him. Maybe it's just all these frustrations. She's being overwhelmed, is what I would suspect if I wrote the character. But they're just doing a moonlighting part. I know what they're doing, dude. Everyone knows what they're doing, okay? I'm trying to say how the character really should be reacting. There should be memories and emotions of her coming to her childhood home and it being dilapidated and bullshit. There should be memories of her just writing over production art and claiming it's hers. She stole that. Like,
no, she straight stole that. And I was like, that art's amazing. She should quit and draw comic books.
Well, she
probably
got
about turtles.
Free time.
Yeah, but so we get like the little I don't know, farmhouse introduction. We go back to the Foot Clan at some point, and Tatsuo gets in trouble with Shredder, and then he takes it out on one of the guys, and everyone's just like, "Oh man, I thought we were family. Like, you beat your kids in your house."
That would have been a scene where I think Shredder just admonishes failure. He should be like, "Don't ever come back." He should have fucking punched his fucking second in command in the dick and be like, "Ever come back as a failure, don't come back." And just there's not enough ruthlessness that Shredder exudes. He's just kind of just bummed out and disappointed with everyone.
Yeah, he gives like a disappointed look at it. Tatsuo's just like, "I'm so pissed off that I failed him."
Yeah, and that's just like just a really depressed dad. I get it. There's like these father figures in this movie. There's the dad for Danny. There's Splinter as a dad. There's Shredder as a dad. I get all that, but man, Shredder's just not ruthless enough. And I'm like,
no, he doesn't have enough screen time, frankly.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then like so after the turtles scene, I mean, they don't really do anything. We just wait for Raphael to wake up, and then
my second favorite scene in the whole movie, Dustin.
Okay,
is when April goes up, and this is where the giant you see inside Donatello's mouth is like coming up at the end of this farm, the middle of the farm.
All right.
So she goes up there, and Leonardo is like drugged, sitting in this chair. He's all slouching weird, his legs all long,
and
he looks up. I get it, dude. Lay on the floor. You don't have to like. And then I look at Raphael, and he's laid. Like I laugh so hard. They just throw him in this tub.
Yeah, he's just face down in the water.
He looks like white girl wasted. His legs hanging out, his arms over here. He's got his panties.
It's a small tub and a big turtle.
He's got his panties on his head. He's like, "What happened? Did we score?" Yeah, dude, we got all the poon, Raphael. You missed it. Oh, bummer.
Was there any for me?
Nope.
Oh.
And I laugh. And I'm like, dude, they just threw a fucking skylight. Then they just threw him in a tub.
And then she's just dripping water on him. I'm like, what are you doing?
Turtle's like wet.
And I was like, is this healing him? We don't have any balm or something.
She's like, we don't have the weakest turtle. You're always getting fucked up. If you know how to throw things, you wouldn't be thrown through a skylight.
Seriously. I mean, they were showing this is how you throw, you fucking turtle. My dad never played baseball with me. They're like, well, boo-hoo. Throw him in the tub, motherfucker. Yeah.
You're a savage, April. You spit on that guy. You're the weakest of us all.
Just like, I can't believe I faked you on the news, you fucking piece of turtle shit.
I lost my job, my child at home, my
second child at home, my home away from home.
You don't see me soaking in a tub trying to take my words.
You know how much antiques I had?
Fucking
Those
loser.
symbols were a classic.
Yeah. I was like, Raphael, what a bum.
And then I think Leo makes like a fucking spiritual connection with Master Splinter. And then meanwhile, Danny makes a physical connection with Master Splinter. He's just like sucking on some rat fingers. He's like, tell me more about the turtle. And he's just like, okay, kid, you're like fucking gross and weirding me out.
No, the kid turns the corner.
Why do you have so many fucking $20 bills in your pocket? Okay, what are you doing?
He's not shocked there's a giant rat chained to a wall on a milk crate wearing a sex robe. Like, what is
because he's just like, yeah, I've heard rumors about
this another day in New York, baby.
Pretty much. And I think that's sadly kind of what they're going for, is they're just like, hey, New York, everyone's used to weird shit.
Just have Danny turn the corner and been like, oh man, I thought they were just.
You are fucking rat.
It is true. And he could have been like, and then he just kind of gets closer to Splinter, and Splinter could have just be like, hey man, they beat my ass every day, all day. Yeah. And he should have been like, what are you? He's like, I'm a father, like you have, Danny. Because I got my fucking chi going. I just really kind of connect with dumb kids because I know dumb kids. If I know anything, I know.
Smell Runaway a mile away.
Yeah, and then he could have been like, "What do you know?" And he's like, "I know you're running from your dad and his bald ass. You ain't happy at home, you know, something." But no,
I'll say Sid, but you ain't vicious. And he's just like, oh, God
damn.
Yeah, right.
He's like, "Why do they got you on this milk crate?" He's like, "Dude, because I'm like 3'5". Like, what the fuck?
Because there's a fucking the voice of Elmo has got his hand up my ass. All right, just like cool it. Don't ask too many dumb questions. So,
but yeah, and everyone's real okay with these mutants.
Yeah, I mean, because if we stopped for the shock of the awe every single time,
I don't need the shock and awe, Dustin. I just need one or two characters to be, mildly taken back.
To acknowledge that this isn't normal.
Yeah. Like April did, but I think she was just more of like, stinky couch syndrome.
That's it, though. That's all you
get.
The
kid could have just been like, like, what are you? He could have just been like, I'm a dad, just, and then kind of just get into his fucking story where he starts telling when the rat's doing kung fu in the fucking rat cage. I was like, I'm out. I'm out.
It's so bad. It's so dumb. We flee to New York to practice kung fu poorly.
So stupid. I know you're taking some liberties with the backstory. You guys are doing your own thing. It's the movie. I get it. You can do whatever. But I was like, this was not the path to take.
Matoyoshi.
I was like, what, bro? And then we just killed a chick for no reason in the story. And we finally kill someone in this movie, and it's in a backstory.
Love. The wrong type of love, but
I didn't get it, dude. I was like, we didn't need that. We didn't need a murder.
It's like, you wear his symbol. Oh no, we're jumping ahead though.
I just want to put all these scenes together, dude.
That's fine. Okay, so yeah,
literally the same.
He's like, you wear his symbol upon your head, and Dan's just like, fuck, man, I'm wearing a wife murderer symbol. I'm gonna drop this on the floor quick.
I'm wearing a rat lover symbol. No, I clawed him. He didn't love rats. Well, I'm picking it back up.
Actually, that's jumping way too far ahead because we have to get him back to the city already. But
we're just doing the Danny parts right now because
I know, but the Danny part feeds directly into the final conflict. So slow down on that. Let's go back. They have to meditate around a campfire after Casey Jones rubs April's shoulders very seductively, and Mike comes in and gets some turtle wax. The worst.
And no one laughs.
No one laughs. They even in the movie, they're like, fuck you.
Hey, you Mike, fucking turtle. I'm trying to get on first base here. You want us done turtle blocking me?
Listen, I know you guys can just run around and beat your fucking teenage beats all you fucking want, but I got some fucking standards, all right?
But I'm a pipe here.
I'm not a young man. Can't just have my dick out all the time. Okay? I wear pants. Sweatpants. And they're gross. But whatever.
Maybe you guys should look into it though. Not my pants, just wearing pants.
Seriously, stop dressing like a flasher. Put some trousers on. All right. Step up your game, turtle wankers.
They will work on the smell. I don't know what it is. I didn't want to say anything in the van.
And also, none of us have showered in like 3 days because that fucking Raphael coward piece of shit up there just like soaking in the tub. So get him out. I feel disgusting.
I'm gonna take a dip in the lake.
Yeah. Okay. Bad idea. There's leeches and lots of mosquitoes. Okay. This is getting very uncomfortable up here and quick.
So here's another scene where I'm like, these dudes are dumb as hell. They do a fucking mind meld and talk to Splinter, right? And Splinter's like, "Hey, I love you guys, but
I like the way
I'm not gonna tell you where I'm at."
I don't know my location. Do you have the GPS?
Don't you ask Danny? He's hanging out with you about fucking 12 hours a day.
You know Danny.
No.
I call
it's a two-way call. Like,
he's
my turn to talk.
Dan's like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" Yeah, so
are you
do you know where the island is? They're just like,
fuck,
this kid doesn't know. This kid doesn't know shit. All right, he needs to go back to school. Which borough are you in? He's like, "What's a borough?" Oh fuck, we are fucked up the bee. This guy is stupid.
Yeah, what do you see, Master Splinter? Tell us where you are. I see a DVD, a VHS,
blindfolded me.
Golf clubs. Oh no, here comes the man with my beat.
What's a TJ Maxx? There's a lot of TJ Maxx receipts. I don't know why.
Yeah, dude, he's just like, I'm on 31st and I got my ass beat Boulevard. Can you fucking come and rescue me?
Like, write that down. I hear skateboarding constantly. It's like these fuckers have nothing better to do.
Yeah, dude. I hear the original soundtrack being played in the background.
Have you seen Hackers? The soundtrack is on a
They just stopped to watch Hackers. Like, I don't get it. Why do you want us to watch this?
Trash the planet. Huh. What do you think that means? You think he's going to dig through? Oh, he's digging through the trash. Oh, that makes sense now. But, yeah, no, they just do the... I will say, visually, I like the way this looks, though. I'm going to go back to that. It looks good. It's stupid, but it looks good. And I never understood. I was like, wait, how are all fucking 5 of them communicating? And then they're all sniffling and hugging, and I was like, man, these turtles are soft. They are soft-ass turtles.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come back, and they one of them clears their throat, and Casey Jones is like, "Damn it, motherfuckers! If you fucking cock block me one more fucking time," and they're like, "Shut up, Casey! You're a useless character in this story now, and we need to go back to the city. We're
Pack
ready."
your shit, because April don't have nowhere to live.
She don't get nowhere to fucking live, and we're about to fucking light this motherfucker on fire too. She's like, "Please don't," and they're like, "Oh no, it's happening."
Did anyone have some self-control?
And they're like, "Not anymore."
All my production art's in there.
And yeah, so they go back to the city. It's raining for the first time in the movie for some reason. It needs to rain. I don't know why. And they go down to the sewer, and Casey Jones is like, "Oh, this is fine. This seems fine." And they're just like, "Well, you coming or what, dude?" And he's just like, "Oh, hell no. No. And then they make a gay joke, Kevin.
It was funny.
It was funny. He's just like,
that guy's such aloof.
Like, "You're a claustrophobic," and he's just like, "I ain't never touched no man." And I was just
he's like, "I may never look funny at no guy," or something.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Something very New York in the 80s.
Touch a man? What the fuck's wrong?
I mean, that's basically what he was getting at.
Yeah, we know, but this is like the PG movie.
All right, man, calm down. And then they find Danny behind like a pizza box or some shit. I don't know, like a cutout of April. He's just hiding. He's just like, "You found me."
But they're in there for like 40 minutes. And Danny's like, "Oh, I'm here, by the way, guys."
How did he know to hide? Why was he hiding? He was like, "I don't have anywhere to hide. I ran away from the Foot Clan. And
because they made
I'm
me
just going
watch
to hide in the
rat.
turtle base that they told me the location of."
I didn't understand that. I don't know how it was just a real fucking MacGuffin.
Danny's last name is MacGuffin. He's like, "Danny MacGuffin showed up for a fucking story. Let's go."
And then he steals one of April's drawings. And then
he asks, he's like, "Can I have one of those?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure. Fucking evidence of a giant fucking turtle. Go ahead, take it."
Yeah, dude.
And then he's just like, "Okay, I'm going to wait till everyone's asleep, and I'm going to sneak out, and Casey Jones can't sleep because he's claustrophobic of the sewer, like Storm, but he can sleep in a truck.
It's mental, dude. You don't understand claustrophobia. You won't get it.
I don't know. I know, but so he follows Danny. Danny goes to the island to, I don't know, to dish it out with Splinter one more time. And then the turtles, they're fucking ready for it. So Shredder gets the paper. He sees the fucking production art. And he's like, oh, fucking, the turtles are back.
This is where the budget went.
Fucking roll out, motherfuckers. And so all the Foot Clan goes. They storm the sewers. The Ninja Turtles are ready. They were like, we knew you'd betray us, Danny, somehow, even though we never talked to you and didn't know that you were part of the Foot Clan at all. But we knew it. We knew they'd come here and show up because we're ninjas. Ninja knows what ninja does. Or something. And then we begin our big brawl where they eat some asses and some steam. Raphael eats an apple. And they just bust out some one-liners. Donatello skates around, beats some people in the head.
These are turtle shenanigans. Yeah.
And then meanwhile, back on fucking Lairdman Island, as they call it, Casey Jones and Danny decide to rescue Splinter. Tatsu, the number 2 in command, does not go with the Foot Clan because Splinter says, I'll go myself to do it right.
Shredder, not Splinter.
Shredder, sorry. No, sorry.
I was like, what? I don't remember that part.
Yeah, Shredder says he'll go himself. And then Casey Jones has Tetsu's been billed as this badass, and he hasn't gotten to do shit the whole movie. And then Casey Jones just golf clubs him into his boxes, and that's game over. And then the rest of the thugs are just like, we should stop him from freeing the freaky fucking dick finger rat. And then he's just like, you call this a family? And I was just like, yeah, they seem to be doing real family type shit, looking out for each other, drink about and do all night. What's the problem here? It's like grown ups hard in New York. At least they got each other's
family.
Back. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really understand his argument against how they weren't a family, though, because that guy grunts. That seemed to be Casey Jones's argument. He's just like, that guy grunted.
Yeah, he should have just been like, hey, is this what you guys want to do? Is this how you want to end up? You want to end up like him? He ain't shit. I'm the shit. Something. And let's.
Yeah, just anything. It should have been some sort of speech.
Mm-hmm.
But no speech. We free Splinter, and then everyone just goes to the turtle lair for some reason. And then he's just like, you see, this is your fucking family dead on the streets, beaten by some turtles. And I was like, oh. And I was like, we're going with fucking prison boot camp type thing here. Okay. I see where we're going now, I guess. The garbage truck that is being driven at night is parked.
No, it's just left open. The doors are open. The keys are in it, and he knows how to drive.
You see in the first scene, it actually pulls up. It pulls up, and then the guy gets out. And that's it.
Why?
I have no idea, Kevin.
Job abandonment is all I saw.
Yeah, he was just like, you know what? Fuck New York. These streets will always be filthy. He's like, trash collection is the worst job in this city. And then, the turtles just beat some ass. The Foot Clan runs up some fire escapes, and the turtles just follow them. We get Michelangelo ducking into a shell, which I guess is a fan favorite moment that people like. I always found it weird. Because I was like, oh, we're doing turtle shit now? What the fuck?
Hey, man, that was my thing. I told you they cherry pick from certain things.
Yeah, it was weird. And probably my most Waka Waka scene that I like is when Donatello trips that guy on the top of the roof. He's just like, yeah! And the guy's like, what? Fucking just rolls out of scene. I was just like, so stupid, but randomly funny. And then it's time to square off with the Shredder, And
this is my favorite scene.
It's a great scene.
Because the movie's actually played. It's serious, but the turtles still stay in character.
Yeah.
Where they're just like, Shredder, bet he doesn't have a problem, making coleslaw or whatever. But the best part is, and he was like, this motherfucker knows where Splinter is. And then he just kind of looks at him, and they start fighting. And then you have his motivation. Shredder's like, hey, you guys fight like the fucking old style. Who taught you that? Was it that dirty ass motherfucker? And they're just like, it was this bitch. And then he's like, oh, I'm about to fucking fuck this. And then the turtles are all overworked, and he's like, the turtles are like, man, so can somebody tell this guy where the fucking good guys? Like, I
Yeah.
like that. Those are good turtle moments. Those are the best turtle moments to me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I love the ending. I
Because
love it to this day.
yeah,
It's just it's the tightest the movie is, to be quite frank. It's
you
so
know, it is. It's the most embodiment of the material
yeah.
to me. Like, while it's trying to find its voice between a cartoon and the graphic novel, and I think it just kind of comes together the most there. And I think it's so good. I like the way they put the camera in there, like you're a turtle shoulder to shoulder with them.
Yeah.
You're kind of listening on their huddle. They kind of look up, they switch, perspective when Leo points his sword, and then fucking Shredder is perfectly done. He just kind of pacing like, I'm about to fuck these dudes up. I know what
Yeah.
this is all about. These guys been fucking up my ass and fucking my shit up. And he perfectly turns when everybody figures out who everybody is and the roles they play in their lives and they finally meet. And Shredder does that turnaround like, these motherfuckers. And he's like, let's kill his ass. And then they all go for it. And then it's so good. Like, it's just
Yeah.
done.
Well, and it's like of a comic book superhero type movie, like all things aside, this movie has wonderful pacing. It really does. It very slowly builds to this crescendo, and the crescendo is so rewarding. Like you don't feel like, yeah, the whole garbage truck thing, whatever. It's like yeah, that's just kind of like a dumb little blah scene. But like the rest of it up until that point is just like perfectly built up and paced to where you're just like this showdown with Shredder feels important. It feels like, I mean, this is the first time these iconic characters are meeting on the screen together.
Well,
And it feels as big as it's supposed to be. And
it
I
feels
really
like
like
there's
that.
something at stake. It feels
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this is kind of, they're playing it for serious, but they're still being themselves. My
Yeah.
only, hesitation to say it's like perfect is when Splinter comes into the fold, and he's gonna like, Shredder's got the one up on all of them, and he's just like, dude, you guys, the three of you could have beat me with the loss of one,
Yeah.
and now I'm gonna make all your
Well,
fucking.
yeah, but I mean, that just shows they're like, we're brothers to the end. We're not going to just
No, it's not that part.
sacrifice
So
one. They're showing the difference of their ninja skills.
yeah, no, it's
There's
that
a
part.
lot.
This is all fine. And when Splinter, I don't like the fact that Splinter has to bail them out in that physical sense. I really wanted Splinter to be more of like, kind of have them, hey, focus, do this, remember your training. Something like that I would have preferred more, because I think the Turtles needed to win this fight where they
See,
can't beat him. They can overwhelm him and take him to the side with the help of Splinter. But for Splinter to get this weird revenge and callback for his own
that's
thing.
why I like that part though, because I do feel like they built that angle enough to where it made sense.
No, it
Like
makes
I get it. Like, yeah, you want you want the turtles to be turtling up, but it's like, I don't know. For me, it just kind of worked because it showed that they still have room to grow and that they're not capable of just beating badasses on it. I like that they don't beat the bad guy. Like, why would the rookie fucking heroes beat the badass? But I liked that Splinter was like, this is my moment. This is the last and only moment I'm gonna have. I can finally avenge my master. And he takes it, and even then he tries to still save Shredder because of, he's just like, hey, I'm not like you, like, but like when you die, you're gonna die without honor. And then he fucking tries to throw the knife at him, and he has to let him go to stop the knife, and then boom, trash can. Casey Jones steals the scene, turns it on, crushes the helmet, super stupid.
Garbage truck. Not trash can.
Yeah, garbage truck. Sorry,
Yeah, I don't know. I would have done the scene differently. I didn't, because to me it should have been more of like, it's all this fatherhood and all this family type of themes throughout the movie.
But
and
he was protecting his sons,
No, I get it. Like, but I think it should have been more of a torch passing thing, of more of, I don't know. I would have totally reworked it. I wasn't big on that, the way that showed up. I don't know.
I mean, I definitely understand your point, but for me, I think it worked. I mean, I've always been fine with that scene up until Casey Jones. Everything up to Casey Jones is great. Then the Casey Jones thing happens, and I've always thought that was stupid and out of place. And then the rest of it's fine.
Because I was always like, you just murdered a guy.
You just
like
murdered a guy. There's a lot of cops around, and no one's arresting you.
we're
And
beating
no
up.
one's saying, "Hey, there's a dead man in that trash can or in that
Yeah,
garbage truck." Like,
we're beating up people. We're not like everyone's like just incapacitated. You know, maybe there's some concussions here and there or something, but like you just like literally just crushed a man alive.
yeah. And he didn't scream at all because PG, but you know.
Maybe.
And then Danny's dad shows up, and he's just like, "All right, we got to get this story. I didn't show up with a reporter, but let's go." And then Danny's just like, "Dad, Dad." He's like, "Danny, Dad." He's just like, "Hold on, Dad. I got something to tell you. It's Dan now." And he's just like, "Okay, fucking Dan."
Here's $20 for you, April. And I was like, the cops, this is a crime scene. We need to lock this down. I think 3 green monsters just murdered a man. Like,
4, thank you very much, and a rat. So
yeah, jeez.
yeah, and then we get some, closure with Casey Jones and April kissing.
The cop just shows up screaming. I'm just like,
yeah,
Jesus
he's like,
Christ.
"I'm back in the fucking movie. Write me out, motherfuckers. I'll tell you about the Foot Clan."
That should have just been the credits. Should have just been him talking the whole into the credits.
That would have been great.
I'd have been like, "Oh my god,
Stop those kids over there. I got some questions for them." I'm like, "Are you the lead of this case, motherfucker? Why are you there? Like, go back to your desk."
Charles Bronson shows up, shoots everyone.
They're just like, "Oh shit, Bronson's here. Stop that motherfucker."
New York in the 80s.
Early 80s. The roof and the turtles. They're saying more one-liners, and Donatel's struggling. He's struggling. They're trying to feed him lines, and he's just like, "Nope, nope, nope." And then Splinter's like, "I've always been a fan of cowabunga." And so they cowabunga and slap hands, and then Splinter says the most iconic line in all of movies.
Yeah, a real Rosebud moment here.
It is. It is for Turtles. "I made a funny. I made the funny." And then the sequel ends with him saying, "I made another funny." And the third one does not. Because there's no funny in the third one.
Never saw it.
And that is what I was setting you up for. He's never seen the third one, ladies and gentlemen. So for episode 200, we're going to do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. And then the third one, 300. 300, if we make it that far, we'll do the third Ninja Turtles. So every 100, you get a new Ninja Turtle movie.
Jesus.
That way it's real non-committal, like just like, hey, we gave up after 150. And then we're done. we cued the music. Turtle Power. It is one of the longest rap movie songs I have ever heard. It's
Dude,
5 minutes
my
long.
friend had that soundtrack when I was younger, and I was just like, this is incredible.
I had the cassette tape. Side A is just that song. They couldn't fit anything else on it. Side B has like 5 fucking tracks. So I'm not gonna lie, I have that song on my playlist. It sounds great. Real Turtle Power.
Yeah, nostalgia is a hell of a thing.
Yep.
Just makes you think stupid shit's good. Somebody else will look at it and go, "What is this?"
I mean, like,
is that a monkey movie? It's like, yeah, sure.
I mean, that's kind of the nice thing about movies is that there's always that, like, different lens that you can view it in, and different people are going to see it differently. Like, like I said, I showed my son this for the first time, so he wasn't into all of it, but when the Turtles were on, like, it had his attention. When they weren't on, fucking zoned out. He's like, "Nah, fuck it, done, don't care." But it's just interesting. It's like, yeah, I have the softest spot in the world for this movie, but even then, it was just like the things you notice, and I'm like, man, have I seen this movie too many times? Maybe I have. So I don't know. I find that interesting, to just the different lens in which you can view movies. Like, I think that's what makes movies in general just really interesting and different as a medium. There's always just like that. Because when you boil it down, at the end of the day, there's still just like the story is always still there, regardless of graphics and all that stuff. But there's just that story doesn't go anywhere. So.
No, yeah, I mean, it's actually not terrible how it's aged. But of course, when you see stuff younger, you've not exposed to anything, and it's something that you're crazy about. So it gets all the passes in the world because you're not old and jaded and seeing a bunch of different interpretations. That was your turtle movie, so it's well, it's got flaws, of course it does, but it's
Yeah.
not. They're not crippling flaws where it's unwatchable. It's still entertaining enough where you're just like, yeah. I mean, would you? I always think it's a good movie to an extent if it inspires you to want to rework some scenes and be like, man, it'd been so much better if they just would have done this or this, because that means you had enough thought or insight or it held your attention enough to kind of invoke that feeling. So it's somewhat decent. If it's just utter shit, you're just like, dude, there's almost nothing I can do with this. I don't even care to try to fix this or have it spark ideas in me and all kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch for sure, especially if you're any kind of retro turtle fan, regular fan, watch it for the 80th time.
Exactly. Even if you haven't seen it in a while, it's worth another go. But that will do it for us. We thank you if you have listened to all 100 episodes of this podcast in any iteration or form or titling that we've had for it.
Oh, you're an absolute legend.
You're a legend. If this is your first episode, hey, we thank you all the same too, because that means you're joining us, and now you have a backlog that you can go back and experience. You can find us on, obviously, your favorite podcast provider, probably your favorite music provider too, since they all do fucking podcasts now. And otherwise, you can listen to this a week later on YouTube, where we appreciate you subscribing, leaving a comment. Leave a comment anywhere. We'll probably see it and respond to it because we live for that or something. And otherwise, that's it. Kevin, take us away.
It's 9.95.
What?
That's a song on the soundtrack that you claim to own, and you're very inaccurate about it. I didn't want to bust your balls, but that is the song that was very catchy.
Are you talking about the cassette?
What is 9.95?
Are you talking about the cassette? Because I have the fucking cassette still, sir. I will show you the fucking cassette.
Like, I can look it up. I have the thing called
the April dealing on this case. Hey, you better hurry up. There's no time to wait. We need to help like quick on the double. Have a pity on the city. A man is in trouble. That's all you need to say. TURTLT power, everyone.